They didn't care about their sellers. They would just flat out ignore you. If you tried to go to them with a problem, they would just ignore you. I think that SP is kind of above the rest of them. You know, I want to be part of something where I know that somebody's going to have my back. So that's kind of my little tidbit on it. Hey guys, it's Haley. I'm going to give you some perspectives today on other panty sites that I have worked. I have personally been on, obviously, SP, and then I've also been on Panty Deal, and then I was on an app that's not necessarily for panty sales, but a lot of us girls used it that way, which is called Phrendly. And the first one I'm going to start with today is Panty Deal because it's the most similar to SP. Now, the differences with Panty Deal versus SP is that Panty Deal's membership per month is double what SP's is. Which, from a seller's perspective, it kind of stinks because you almost have to raise your prices to kind of accommodate that feature. And I don't honestly remember there being a lifetime feature like there is on SP, which is really nice because I did that. And if I choose to leave, I could always come back. And I can, not have to pay a membership fee even if they raise the prices. Another thing that Panty Deal had that I kind of like better than SP, which is pretty much the only thing, is their chat option. So with the chat option, they actually show you who's online in the chat. It's kind of similar to AIM, if you guys remember what that is, like AOL Instant Messaging. And it shows you who's online. You can click it and talk to them, and then it tells you when they get offline, which is really nice. It's kind of similar on SP. You could see the little green and red dot, but I liked that it had all the online listers listed on the actual chat itself. Panty Deal also is extremely overpopulated. There are probably triple the amount of sellers that there are on SP, and that's not a good thing. I thought for sure when I first started that meant that site was super popular and that it was a good site to run. But it's not. The downfall to having so many sellers is that you have to struggle even harder to get buyers. And it's harder for the buyers to see, what you have to give. SP has that nice feature on the homepage where you could see the listings, and I don't remember Panty Deal having that. You could go to classifieds, which is kind of like what Craigslist does. And you could put what you were looking for on the classifieds. Like if you wanted a sugar daddy, you could put that listing on there and somebody would contact you. But they didn't have the homepage feature where you could see, if I boosted a listing or what was sold and stuff like that. From what I remember, they may have changed it. It's been a while since I've been on the site. I was only on Panty Deal for about 3 months because of the price and the lack of customers. I had one buyer, and it was months after I had left Panty Deal because we just kept in contact through Kik, and he had questions and I would answer them, and he just wasn't ready to buy yet. A lot of the time with Panty Deal, I had time wasters. And if you're not really sure what a time waster is, it's somebody who promises you things and doesn't follow through. A lot of that I had with the sugar daddy option. A lot of people would come in and be like, I want to be your sugar daddy. This is how much I'm going to give you per week, and this is what I want you to do in exchange for it. And once you agreed, they wouldn't give you the money first. They expected you to do the things first and then get paid. The problem with that is there's a lot of scammers, and I unfortunately have, experienced that quite a bit between both sites. People promise you things and just don't follow through, or they give you a payment and then they revoke it. So that was a big issue on that site. Or also, time waster could be somebody who sits there and talks to you about what they want and how they want it, and then they never follow through. A lot of the times what I noticed, especially on Panty Deal, is guys would try to get free things. So they would be like, I want these panties, but I want to see what they look like from the front. So they would try to get a frontal picture of you. Or they would, tell you, hey, I want to test out and see if I like you. Can you send me a short 5-minute video just seeing what you can do and see if I like you? but they're not going to pay you for it. Another example of a time waster is somebody who just, sits there and tries to get a free chat out of you. They'll tell you that they're horny and that they want to play, but they won't pay. And that is a big thing on Panty Deal, which is one of the big reasons why I left. Now, another huge thing with that site is just, like I said before, the amount of girls that are on it. It is a struggle. And when you're paying double what you are in SP, why would I stay? Now, Phrendly, on the other hand, is extremely overpopulated also, but the way they have it set up is almost like a dating app where you can swipe left or right if you're interested in the person. And for the girls who are trying to make money, if you communicate with the guy first, you pay them. So that was the nice thing about SP, is I could message people first and start a conversation, whereas I couldn't do that with Phrendly. And Phrendly had things that were called gifts, which if somebody wanted to send me more money for a video or something, they can send me a gift in that option. So everything went through the app, which was nice because it was all in one place, but the app took a big percentage. And also, they had it set up to where you had a minimum amount of money that you could make before withdrawing into your bank account, which I didn't like. So that's the downfall to that, but I really liked that it was through the app, only because the time waster thing with revoking money or not paying isn't necessarily an issue. The downfall to that also is you cannot take it off the app. If they find out that you are giving people your Snapchat information, your email, your phone number, anything like that, they will remove you from the app and ban you. I don't think that the app is available anymore. I know that it was taken out of the Apple Store, and the only reason why I still had access to it is because it was in my previously purchased apps. It was a free app, but that's where it goes. Only for us sellers, it's cheaper to sell. There's the lifetime option, which is fabulous. I did that because, things happen. Sometimes you need to leave and you don't want to continue to pay, but you don't want to lose everything. So the lifetime option is great for me because I had some moments where I had to leave and I always had the option of coming back. Another great feature that SP had that the other ones didn't, that I think, is that you have the featured listings and the homepage, like I said earlier. But the featured listings is great because if you get picked for that, then everybody gets to see that listing whether you boosted it or not. And when I first started, boosting wasn't an option because I was trying to make money. I couldn't afford to pay for coins and boost my listings. So that is a really nice option that they have also. Also, the support option. I know that admin doesn't always get to everybody as quickly as possible because, he's one person. But Panty Deal, they would just flat out ignore you. They didn't care about their sellers, their buyers, anybody. If you tried to go to them with a problem, they would just ignore you. And more or less, you were on your own. They didn't care about you as a person, which, I want to be part of something where I know that somebody's going to have my back. Another nice thing about SP, a lot of us girls communicate with each other and there is a sense of community and family, and I've really gotten to know some great girls through this site. And with it being so populated on Panty Deal, you couldn't do that. And then with Phrendly, you didn't even get to see the girls. The girls' postings and profiles were not on, you didn't have access to it. So that's a great feature that they have. And I love the fact that admin is updating constantly. They are constantly talking about things they're going to add to the site. And I don't know if the buyers can see it, but I know that sellers can see what's coming next on our dashboard, which is really great. The coin option that they're weighing or in the process of doing, I think that's going to be wonderful. That's something that, there wasn't on the other sites where you can convert coins into money and things like that. So I personally love the features that SP has compared to the other sites that I've been on. And that's just my little tidbit of what I haven't been on a whole bunch, but from what I've been on, SP is definitely the one that I've just committed to. I've dropped everything else.